Hi everyone. Before I turn in for the night, I just want to actually make another video because I've been actually watching a number of videos about this, and I kind of realized that I'm not actually isolated alone, and it seems that it's a very common occurrence that has been happening. Okay, I'm just backtracking to what I've made in terms of my video some time back, because I believe that I had told everyone in two separate videos, two or three separate videos about the topic of psychic hoovering and psychic attacks that are linked to narcissistic abuse. And okay, uh, in a lot of the cases, I know that with some of my viewers or those who are watching, there's this disbelief in the spiritual origins of all these dreams or psychic attacks, and some would say, but am I not just attributing everything to the spiritual? Okay, I'm not trying to say that the narcissist is demon possessed, although I do believe to a certain extent that there are some spiritual forces to which are enabling them. But if we were just to say everything is just the mind making up all this stuff, it doesn't quite actually explain a lot of things. And I remember actually telling my psychologist back then that about the problem why the trauma can actually register, that part of it feels as if I was being watched years ago when I was just being fresh out from the discard. And it's strange because that right after you decide, what, I'm done, I'm not going to hang on to the hope that the narcissist is going to change or whatever. It's just right at that point in time, you all of a sudden they will send people to check in on you, their friends, their flying monkeys, or sometimes even their bedfellows. Okay, and they do that all the time. How are they able to have all that intelligence? Okay, I call it demonic intelligence. Yeah, like maybe some spirits that they have, which was like enabling them, was feeding all these different peace of what's going on in the spiritual realm, and letting them know that they have to do it. Uh, I don't think the narcissists are themselves. Not all of them are aware that there's something influencing them. But based on my experience, I believe that quite a number of them have had some form of empowerment by some spirits. Okay. One the two the in the two or three videos that I've talked about concerning psychic hoovering dreams, I might have told you all there was one dream in which I was lured by a dark-skinned man whose face I couldn't really see clearly into a rose garden. But once I entered the rose garden, it was all this bunch of terrorists holding guns, rifle guns, and his hand was on the back of my head, telling me, "Don't you dare to do anything. Do it. You dare do it, we'll spray you with bullets and we'll hurt you." And for lack of a better word, and obviously I think in the dream it was at that point in time. The dream is a very long dream. It was very very tiring. I remember actually waking up really really being very scared, and the face of the abuser that I had not seen or could barely remember for years. It was like 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. It was last year. Yeah, it just resurfaced, and it was just right at the moment when I actually was faced with that threat. I kind of like jumped and I teleported, and I became safer. uh yeah, this one dream. And the other dream that I was talking about was one where my Indonesian student, one of my former Indonesian student, who's actually, he's okay, he's a Christian. In My theory about this was that in this dream there was a demon or spirit or someone using a guise of some power or whatever, some demonic power or whatever, witchcraft or whatever, masquerading as one of my students. But he was hitting my using a no, it's very funny. He was using, okay, let me use this is a spoon. It's like imagine this is a steel ruler. In a very rhythmic way, he was using this steel ruler to hit my leg non-stop. And you know that in that particular dream, I remember that I was just bent over in pain. I just scream. I scream was ear piercing. At that point, it was so ear piercing that you know that so-called student. Okay, he's not probably my student because it's probably someone masquerading as a student. His ears burst in blood, and then that was the end of the dream. I don't know. I can't remember if I woke up after that. But okay, these two dreams they were so vivid. I actually remembered that actually I wrote down about the second one, and then for the prior one, it was just so terrible. I told the psychologist about it, and the first psychologist just told me that maybe it's just a case of my mind, you know, like all of a sudden trying to kind of prepare or anticipate the so-called discard, which was on 28th of July, 2016. But I mean, it's 6 years after the thing. I wasn't even thinking so much about it anymore. I don't care about the freaking discard. Why did it happen? And it happened about at least almost like 2 months after my grandmother passed away. It was almost as if they know that something is going on, something of stress is going on in my family, and they wanted to actually push me to a brink. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna venture a very very close theory. There's something spiritual that we don't know about, and in one particular video by Telsha, okay, the T or MPD and narcissistic and relationships, she claimed that there were all these spirits. You know, like you know when we sleep, that was what she claimed. The spiritual man or woman doesn't sleep. Okay, our spirits are awake, and this is precisely at this point when you know our mind is still processing everything that we have all these demonic or spiritual forces trying to affect us. For me, waking up was very traumatizing even itself. I was so tired. I remember that I was going to go to work after that on that particular Sunday. I actually closed my eyes and I stayed in bed for extra 5 minutes to 10 minutes just to pray and ask God to take away whatever force and protect me from the force that's trying to hurt me. So but I really believe that there are some spiritual forces helping these narcs. Why do I say I'm not basing it just alone on the very fact of the narcissist abuser who used to discard me on that particular date on 28th of July 2016, but you know that particular abuser always wore a chain around the neck and claimed that he was an agnostic. I don't believe it because you claim that you are actually believing in a higher power regardless of institutional or organized religious titles or whatever. But why are you behaving in such a way that totally contravenes or goes against morals? You do different things. You're very violent. You're very emotionally cruel, and you probably even wish for the death of other people. I mean, he said some stuff about children which really disturbed me. The children, I mean, what they will do to or wish will happen to the vulnerable, such as children or the old and weakly, the weaker population, they will do it to you, okay, as the empath, even if you don't want to admit it. Okay, so I'm just gonna like just process this while I'm talking because I really believe that all these are spiritual. Okay, but there are a few reasons why we actually end up having those kind of experiences. I mean, the most basic one that we all know is that that one experience, that the one reason why we have this kind of dreams, or just called psychic attacks or psychic hoovering. Okay, one theory that people claim is that we still haven't exactly gotten over the person or the narcissist. I think that it doesn't apply to everyone, and in fact, for my case, I don't freaking care about the narcissist. You know, I've been trying so hard to. I cut. You'll be surprised. You cut them off. You block them. You cut off their friends or acquaintances, or even your common friends, your friends who have turned over to their side. You change your numbers. Sometimes you change jobs, like what I did. Change 3 jobs, 3 freaking jobs. Okay, uh, and over goodness knows how many years, and I still feel that damn, some demon is still trying to get to me. and you know that at that point in time it's not about you. It never really was about us. Okay, they are demonic. Okay, and Tasha was saying, we need to fast. Okay, if we don't fast, pray, and I really mean pray. Okay, pray and ask whatever power you believe in. Okay, whether you're Christian or not, there is something going on. Okay, why do I say it? Okay, I know that some people will laugh, say, "No, it's just a Twilight thing." I have these stupid trolls try to make jokes about it, and I actually deleted and blocked them because they're retarded people. Okay, you do not understand what it means to go through trauma for you to make this kind of remarks. And I mean, you can go and do it, but I'll still block you anyway. So, um, but I would recommend that for those who really are experiencing this, I mean, the psychiatrists or the psychologists might help you to work through some of these things like your sleeping patterns or your dreams, and they might of course help you to equip you in terms of your coping mechanisms. But on a spiritual level, I don't really think that it's something that they are equipped to do. And I mean, now know that there's this new movie that's coming up, The Pope's Exorcist, about this based on the memoirs of Father Gabriel Amarth. Yeah, he's the chief exorcist of the Vatican. So his I mean and his records of how he has exorcised so many demons out of people, and um, just the idea that humans are demonically influenced or possessed and they behave in different ways is not impossible. Because I was just talking to my friends. You think that particular narcissist who actually terrorized my life years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, do you think that those bunch of them, and especially the head narcissist, do you think that they are operating in solo in the one person? No, they have a legion of spirits helping them. And that thing about the chain, that the chain was the one around the neck of that person, was a very strange thing. You claim to be an agnostic, but the mere mention of religion in terms of Christianity would irk you and send off like hissy fits. And I remember that. I mean, I attend a Korean church, as you all know, and I haven't gone there for a long time because of work and everything. But it's just disturbing to remember that someone gets triggered by the Christian faith. Why? Okay, and I can't really give any exact like the explanations. And I know now that I'm in retrospect looking back, sometimes I still struggle with flashbacks and everything. And there are certain dissociative moments, but I certainly am not keen on getting back to be anywhere near the narcissistic abuser. They're a bunch of flying monkeys, or even I don't want a life with them because I don't envy them, and I actually like my life without them. Okay, I think actually in fact without them I'm possibly thriving. I might not be where I want to be, but I will get there eventually, slowly, bit by bit. And with them around, I cannot get there. Okay, that's what I know. So it never has anything to do with us as the victims, the survivors, or even the empaths. So the only thing comes back to this: there are some powers aiding them. Okay, so I think I need everyone to just realize this. If you can, start praying. Okay, and whatever religion you believe in, if you're a Christian, uh, especially if you're a Christian, all the more you need to pray. Okay, and if you're not Christian, there's no harm trying. Okay, and otherwise, you need to really remove the triggers. Okay, and I've done it, but I think that beyond the triggers, there's something else going on. I can't really explain it, but I've been feeling a lot more And I think a lot of people are saying, you know what, narcissists are getting bolder and bolder. How and why so? We don't know. Maybe it's just what we talk about in other channels. That is the last days. But anyway, that's it for now. Okay, I'm just going to go off soon. I'll talk again later on, and when I actually get back to, yeah, because it's actually very late. I need to rest. Okay, so but I hope everyone has a good night though. Don't get freaked out by what I said. Anyway, just it was just a kind of like a personal thing. Okay, okay, have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.